Hey, g'day guys, Adam from VideoShowMeHow. We are out and about. We're getting some vitamin D, less so at the moment because it is starting to rain. So we need an awning, and good news, we have one of those. And that's what today's video is all about. We've got the new one. This is the 270 Plus from Openroad. Been sort of doing a bit of a shuffle with the old awnings and keen to have this guy living on the D-Max. We're working through a few different options there, and this guy popped up in the feed and I was keen to check it out. So in today's video, we're going to do a bit of an overview and a bit of a review. We're going to open it up, we're going to check it out. It has, from what I could see on the old interwebs, a few different options or a few different features that are a little bit new to this space. So keen to explore all of those. So without further ado, let's get started. So here it is. We're a couple of trips in now with the Openroad, and it's a pretty good bit of kit. It looks nice on the side. I like how it sort of squares out quite nicely. You can see there it is pretty similar to a lot of other awnings as far as you got a very heavy duty outer on the outside here, but probably where it differentiates a little bit is definitely some really high quality zips. These are the SRS zips in here as well. Nice little tags on there. I like that sort of stuff. Little padded things make it easy to get to the zip. You'll see that all the way through. There's these nice little touches for the awning overall. Dimensions wise, it is designed as a 270 Plus. You can have that on your back of a canopy. This is a 1800 canopy, so we're getting a bit of rain here, so we're going to need to get this guy set up pretty soon. Comes in at about 29 kilos, but it does have fully integrated poles and everything else. Now, as far as the extras that you do get everything you need. In here, there are a couple of extra bonus legs. You get all the nuts and bolts that you can possibly dream of, even a couple of little spanners in there, which makes installing the actual brackets that come with. These are them, and they're pretty cool in the fact that they're nice and gusseted. They look like a really nice powder coat on the awning, and then they're dead simple to do. You just slot the nuts in, the little T-bolts that come with the kit. To pick your size, because there's a couple of different versions. They basically get slotted into the back bracket. You then just need to line up your bracket with the 4 holes here like that, and then the whole lot just drops into place. You can use then one of the little spanners or a little ratchet if you've got it, and tighten everything up. And then when you put it on the roof, it's just a matter of lining those guys up to where you need it, and Bob is your auntie. So you get a bunch of pegs that come with, you get a bunch of extra guy ropes in a couple of nice little bags, and then some extras that are designed to go under a roof rack. Really well thought out. It has everything you need. I think what we might do, rather than look at the outside, is we want to have a look at the inside. So let's get this all set up. I'll put you on the stand for a little bit of a time lapse. We'll get it up and we'll check out all the features that it has. So super easy here with the zips and those little pullers. They're nice and easy. You basically just do the big flip over. If we get it open enough, Adam, there we go. That's cool. We'll talk about that in a second, because that has all your cables in it, and it's also, I can't use it for this setup, but if you got it separate you can. I keep all these already sort of attached so that it's nice and easy. You've just got it handy. And we flip these bad boys up, let it all flop down just like that, and then we pretty much walk around. I just sort of open them up just like this and get them both kind of open. That's where it's handy if you do keep the straps on it like this as well, because it makes it easy opening it up. So we get them both open. It is super tight on this top one, so you just got to be really careful on that very top part there. And then you just walk it around like any other awning. We'll get that clipped in just like that. Pull it in nice and tight. And then we come over this side and we do the same. This is pretty well the right length for my setup, because I come back around to the awning itself, or to the roof rack, sorry. But clips on there, pretty nice. Once you've sort of set this up once, it makes life nice and easy to do every time after that. So here it is. This is the full coverage, and as you can see, you do get quite a lot, right? So we're coming to right at that, basically the front mirror of the D-Max all the way around, of course, depending on where you adjust it. But then we're coming out a fair whack out over the back as well. So pretty good stuff. It is a full freestander, so depending on your sort of setup and conditions, where we are right now, it is pretty still. You can see with the trees, we're not getting a lot of wind or anything like that. So you could comfortably leave this guy up, no worries at all, and have no poles, which is great. But as with anything, I think they even have a little warning on here. If you're in a scenario where it's getting a little helter-skelter, where it is super windy, as with any 270 awning, and that goes for anyone actually that reckons that it's full freestanding forever. That's just, you know, it's a great big sailplane hanging off the side of your car. So if you're getting winds over about that 30k mark, which these guys have tested, you can see their video. There's a gnarly video of winds going sideways and what have you with no poles, and it somehow survives. So pretty good. This is the sort of stuff you use, right? So there's these little gussets, little tie down points all the way around on all the corners. You just peg those down basically with the legs down, and you are off to the races. Now my little camera is working overtime here to try and keep enough light for your eyeballs, because you'll notice that it is quite dark under here, and that is because Openroad have got their own sort of proprietary covering here. This is a bit of a blackout awning overall, obviously, but it also has a coating on the inside. This stuff makes it full UV50, but then it's also a blackout and a heat sort of coating as well. So I've had this out on the beach and stinking hot days as we get here in southeast Queensland, and this thing definitely makes a difference when you stand out here versus standing under here. Not full scientific, I know, but all I can say is whatever this coating is, their specialist coating is pretty good stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that you want out of a premium awning. So that's pretty cool. Because it is dark though, it does have a bit of a trick up its sleeve. So I reckon we get that set up. That is these guys. So rather than just one or two, you have light, 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 light. So pretty much all of the arms you've got covered. And I like the fact that, as you've seen in the D-Max videos, we have this big awning, which is still the prototype. You'll see it's also got a little bit of good times happening there. So you'll see the final version of this out on the D-Max very soon, the sort of the official release version. But anyway, you'll see that for this kind of awning, it's really cool because this is designed for that. You can see the legs are never going to interfere with the door. So much so, we'll open it in just a second. You can see that it opens real easily. So our cheeky little pouch here is pretty cool because you can slide this along the sail track, put it wherever you want. If it wasn't on a vehicle with a big awning, with a big canopy, sorry, this is a great little pocket. You can keep stuff. I keep the cabling in it, and you might go, what the heck do you need cabling for? And that's what we use to connect all our lighting. So if it's during the day, maybe you don't need to set this up, but this has been really cool. So what I might do is I'll plug all this in so I can sort of show you how the lights work, and it might help with a bit of lighting under here so I can show you the other features. The 3 needs to go 1, 2, and 3 straight into the light modules just in here. The little full aluminium gusset. You can see all the gussets. Oh, look, we haven't put our leg up. That's the cool thing too. It's got little drainage legs. So there's one there, and there's a bonus little guy. So what that does is keeps the roof all nice and taut and creates a runoff. So if you do get any rain, you're automatically creating a bit of a peak here at the top so that water will shift off and out, which is awesome. So back to this, we connect 1, 2, and 3. At this point, I normally put my door up. That sits up there just like that. And then on the other end, we have our bonus plug here. Goes into our last arm there, number 4. And then the end is a USB. So the cool thing about that is you can plug it into even a little power bank. If you had that, and you could put that in the little pocket and run it off that. We're going to plug it into the store mod system that lives under the side. We just plug him in. Let's turn on our outlets, and then check this out. Where are the buttons? You say no buttons. It's all touch. How cool is that? So you can see the little blue glow there, and then it's just a touch button. So you can see that mode wise, we have sort of the combo. We have straight, amber. We then have our white, and then we have our combo, which is kind of like a, yeah, I guess a whitey yellowy. I don't know what the technical term that is, but the amber is quite nice and amber as well. So we'll, what we might do, let's stick it in full white mode so you guys can see a little bit better. Just come around here, that one, and that one, and there we go. So you have that full sort of lighting lit up underneath. Looks really specky at night because you've got sort of the blackout, and then that is just a really nice soft light. Now, a couple other things to note now that we're all set up. These are the things that I really like and where they've clearly put some thought into stuff. Check out the zips. It's a blue zip, you know, perfect color. Good choice. But we then look around here, there's a gray one. We look around here, there's a white one, and so on and so forth. There's a red one. So they're color matched to the walls. So how cool of an idea is that? So we've got full SBS zips, but then you have color coded to the wall. So if you go the full wall kit that you can spec this guy out with, makes things dead easy to work out what wall goes where. Now, strength wise, very important. Obviously, you can see that we're a full alloy frame here. It is all gusseted all the way through in the important parts. It is a full steel frame in here as well, and it's set so that this guy here actually pivots around. So when you're packing it up, you sort of pull this guy around and it pivots in, keep everything nice and compact. But you can see super thick bracketing all the way around so that this guy is super strong. It sort of rocks the whole car when I hang on that, so that's awesome to see. Now when it comes to strength, this thing is a full gusseted aluminium frame. I can hang off this and I am generously proportioned. You'll have to trust me there, but it is super strong, and that's largely because of this guy. So this is a full steel frame, nice and thick. You can see that it actually sort of extends around. So when this is all bolted to the thick aluminium backplate there, all stainless fixtures, which is cool. Even little afterthoughts like this where you've got some protection there from any sort of rubbing over time. But you can see that how this functions is this little section here sort of flips around to get you that extra leg extension, to get you that right angle while keeping it nice and compact. So that's cool. Now speaking of stubby legs, you do have regular legs included as well. Now there is those couple of extras there that we looked at before, but you do have legs on most of the arms. So there isn't one on the front one. That's designed to have that extra one. There's your little hole to hold that up if you need it. I've never used that. But then you have leg, and leg all built in. So pretty cool. How they work is it has a separate little bracket in here, which I think is awesome. And it also has, just in here, no Velcro. There's no Velcro anywhere on this awning, which is just awesome. And it actually took me a second to realize that. But then once I realized, super clever. So little clips in here. This then drops down, and instead of it adjusting from the bottom, just from the top. So easy, drops down like that, twists like anything else. And because of these little arms in here, the way that little bracket works, nice and easy. So there's no risk of this thing falling out. It is all riveted in place, so it's always going to be there. And just as we talk to that, we've got a bit of rain, so lucky we've got an awning. I've just had old mate over there fire up his generator, so hopefully you can still hear me all right with this and the rain. We've got it all going on today. The thing with the no Velcro, check this out. So most awnings along your arms, if you've had them before, you'll notice that it's all Velcro and it's Velcroed into place, but not these guys. Check that out. Up the top here, it's actually, I don't know if that's going to be able to see, but there's actually a sail track that runs all the way along the entire length at the top, so that the actual awning, the material itself, is sail tracked into place. No Velcro. How awesome is that? I just think that's such nice, if you actually have a look, it's such a nice clean look all the way around, but then also I think would make it super easy if you ever did need to replace this, but then there's no faffing around with Velcros covering your lights or anything like that. It just makes it really nice and neat. Well, hopefully you can hear me. It is, we're mid-review here. It is raining cats and dogs. So I'm just, this is real world test of how well these little stubbies go. Because we've got those set up. And look at all the water running off. So I haven't got any of the guttering set up. But you can see, or hopefully you can, it's working really, really well. Because water is just naturally rolling off and we have no pooling. This is as live and as real world as you can get, because we're wrapping up the review and it starts caking down. So there you go. You can see it is proper raining out there. So it's going to make getting out of the very steep muddy hill interesting, but that's great news. So yeah, there you go. A bit of an unscheduled example, but for real world. There you go. The little legs make a great distance, great impact. We're still looking pretty good, no pooling. So pretty awesome. That's actually really cool to see. I'm glad now that it did rain. I might see if I can sneak this camera up so you can get a look without breaking the camera. There you go. That's looking pretty good from what I can see. Let me get under here before the camera breaks, because these guys are definitely not waterproof. I broke one on Fraser Island with Explore Bound, that's for sure. A little bit of water and it did not like it. So anyway, there you go. Once this disappears, let's wrap up the video. We'll do a pack down and then jump into some final thoughts. Well, that about wraps that up, I reckon. That is the full overview of the new one from Openroad. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments down below. I like the fact that they've done some new things that I haven't seen around the place. So I think in total it makes for quite a cool option. If you are in the market for a full 270, this one is worth a look. I'll put all the details in the description down below. Not affiliated in that way or anything like that, but worth checking out if you're in the market. If you've got one of these already, I'd be keen to hear your thoughts as well, because particularly that video on their website where it's showing it getting absolutely carded is quite a good one to put on there. Keen to see how you guys have gone, if you've got one of these or you've heard of those. Be interested in your thoughts as well. Let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, guys, hopefully you found that helpful and useful if you are looking at 270s and you're seeing what's out there. Hopefully that helped. But as always, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you haven't already. But other than that, guys, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.